All right, fine. I'll share my opinion on the Uvalde shooting that took place this week in Texas, which left 19 dead and 2 adults. And before I go on, because some people might not just want to watch the rest of this video, the emphasis I want to make here is that the cause or reason that we can point out things like this happen is not just one thing. It's not gun control and it's not mental health. The system is all interconnected. That's all I'll say. But keep watching and maybe I'll get onto something. First off, I am from Texas and I am a gun owner and I am completely aware of the safety precautions which ought to be taken when owning a firearm. Much of my adult life, I've seen shootings, mass shootings, but also since I was a child, I went to school or started, right after Columbine. So pretty much from first or second grade forward, I remember seeing police officers with handguns in my school grounds, on my school grounds, every year from that point forward. And then Sandy Hook didn't happen until 2012, and I already graduated in 2007. But I'm certain there was maybe a shooting in between of those two of Columbine and Sandy Hook. I'm certain. I'm just not. I'm getting them all mixed up because there's so many now. Maybe if we had more tightly made social bonds, like, capitalism completely didn't rip apart our social structure and made us cutthroat and fight for the edge of our seat all the time, then someone might check in on a person like that who is publicly posting photos of his weapons and what he intends to do. Check in and say, hey, how are you doing? Like, can we support you in some way? Clearly you need direction. Because I'll also say, as a mental health survivor of many long-term illnesses in that department, just acquiring insurance, finding the right professional, and trying to work and pay the highest cost of living ever and deal with your normal stresses is downright inexcusable. Okay? It is a horrible, wretched experience, and a lot of people I know just didn't even make it to 33. They just gave up. It is so excruciating for a first world country that spends $700 billion on its military every year instead of reinvesting that money back into the public, our failing infrastructure. Look, I'm not trying to go off on tangents. I'm just trying to get your mind jogging that the entire system is diabolical and not caring for the welfare of its people. And this isn't a surprise. I'm talking like this is something new to you guys. Many of you are much older and more jaded than I am. You understand this inherently. But I feel like I'm talking to, ostriches with their head in the sand all the time, or at least that's what the stance I take when I talk to YouTube, because I am addressing the public. But many of you are much, much smarter than that. Inadequate and poor healthcare system at best, at worst, a completely degenerate, addicted society, which is where we're at least here in Arkansas, and it varies by state. Are on pharmaceutical drugs, working adults. They've got the drug prices now down so cheap. It used to be way more expensive, but you have 20% of them need mental health services, another 20% addicted. How many homeless people in your area? Gun control isn't going to stop anything. People are going to find ways to get guns off the market. Okay, if you have an intention, then you're going to do it. There's nothing stopping human will. So where are our healthcare providers? Maybe they're the ones not wanting to get burdened down with $50,000, $60,000 of debt, at least, for a community program to get psychologically trained. Neither are our police officers. So that makes sense. They don't want to get in school debt so they can go into a career and just be in debt peonage, which a lot of my generation is. And so when these things happen, I'm unflinching, It's not that I've been desensitized to it, but I see the bigger picture. I see how it's all connected and the mental depravity that we're in as a society, even between us. In fact, I'm certain some people might have saw those posts and then cheered him on. It's what a lot of people are secretly thinking. We're not a nice and huggy country, okay? Unity, all this is a facade. We are extremely dangerous, volatile, aggressive nation. That's our roots. Was born in taking advantage of people with color and fighting each other across the country. See, it's all very black and white to me. And see, people in the spectrum like me, who they think is crazy, I see a mile of cars backed up, which is unsustainable, and in fact going to destroy all of their children's future. So what's going to happen when we have a school shooting in 10 years? Guess what? There won't be 10 years from now. And they couldn't even get to it. Yes, it's very difficult being on the spectrum and existing in a neurotypical world. Very difficult. Everywhere I go, my skin is crawling, okay, with the stupidity I feel around me. I know I got off topic, but again, I'll wrap up with the emphasis. It's not mental health. It's not gun control. It's the entire goddamn system. You can't pinpoint. Yes, those are major points. I agree. There should be more regulation on selling of firearms. All these shooters were below 21 years old. Yes, fine. Check people out. If they don't have if they're a crazy person, yeah, we probably shouldn't give them a lethal weapon. If they're mentally not sane, right? But it's not that thing. It's not that thing or this thing. And people are just, in fact, that's the division that we're in right now. That just makes people dig in even harder when it's a binary option like that. When you're more intelligent, you see things that are gray and that it's more widely distributed. Anyways, I don't want to ramble on too much longer about this. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, guys. I'm not surprised that there's one happening every week. Oh yeah, there is. There was 3 of them last week. Whether they were children or adults, it's the same thing, taking a person's life. The whole system is broken. We are a nation in decline. An empire which is falling. And it may be hard to see now because it's slow, but things are going to start picking up speed here soon. And I know all of you know that. Okay. And this is not a message about checking in on people and, we could do better. I'm not even going to try that. Just keep doing you. Keep doing your thing. I'll talk to you later. See ya.